that it won't provide the needs of the patients of Missouri. So that's where it would give us an opportunity to issue more. So that's how it reads.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
On the cultivation license that you've been talking about, you're talking about doing a scoring metric in that regard. Is that metric going to be publicly accessible?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
and when can we expect to see that in the time frame?
You'll see it but when the rules are published.
Okay,
And actually, we've had these open forums around, or not open forums, we had those, but the open advisory committee, which we just completed our last one this week, and all those questions are available to the public.
okay.
Yeah,
Is there a draft rubric on your website? I feel like I might have seen one last.
yeah, there is. Yes, sir.
Are there any applications for lab testing facilities yet? How's that working?
I haven't looked, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't tell you who's applied, I haven't looked, I can't even tell you who's applied in my hometown, I don't wanna know.
Right.
But, I've talked with a couple of individual, company or people, a couple of teams of people that have said that they plan to apply for testing facilities.
Okay.
But I don't, beyond that, I don't know. Yes, sir.
Once the rules are done by June, then we're a few months down the road, we determine, we wrote that down, is there a process yet in place to amend or change the rules as we come across
Yeah.
issues?
That's a good question. I know there will be, but I don't have that yet. I don't know the answer. That came up at another, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do that, because once those are published, you can't change rules in the middle of the stream. I don't know if we have to wait until the licenses are issued or something like that, but I know there will be a way, but I can't tell you how soon or when it will happen. So that's why it's so important, as you all become familiar with what we're trying to do and review the rules that are out there and talk with other, in your case, law enforcement agencies. We've worked really closely with the Highway Patrol. Sheriff Arnott out of Greene County was on my advisory committee. He's the president of the Sheriff's Association this year. Sheriff Cole was the president last year, and Webster, who's my sheriff, and we've tried to really pick their brains on some things, but, that's a good question. I'm sure we'll have a way, but I don't have your answer to that yet. The one thing about this is, this has never been done before in Missouri, so we're really fortunate. And I'll tell you this, folks like Dr. Calico, we've got another Dr. Mimi Vo, who I've heard speak, having their thoughts and input on this is really helpful, because, this is a medical-only program, and, when you can get the doctors to weigh in on how they think it's gonna affect citizens and patients, I think it's been really helpful, and I appreciate the comments that they've given us. They've sent comments in, and again, we've accepted comments from people all over the state, all different walks of life, and they all have a different perspective, because they all, work in different forms that would affect the industry. I met, as I said last night, at Raytown, and so they were the city people, and they had good questions, and there's always something that we don't think about. So send those in, but we need them in the next couple of weeks. Medicalmarijuana.mo.gov, and then you're welcome to send me an email. It's just simply lindell.fraker@health.mo.gov, and I'll be glad to get those suggestions over to the rule makers too.
Wendell, there seems
Yes.
to be some liquidity or capital requirements, depending on what type of facility. Is that just up front, or is that to maintain throughout
I think
operation?
I think if you read that part, it's not required, but it's suggested, or the idea is do you have this amount? Because I think the one thing is we don't want to see license issued to people that don't have the capital to operate. So specifically, I think it would be a continual thing. I mean, I think you'd have to make sure that you have the capital to operate continually, and not just, today on this day, I've got that much in the bank. It's more of almost an honor thing, just to say, yeah, we have the capital, and these are the quantities that we've been told that it seems as though you would need to truly operate one of these in the right way. And I I think those numbers have changed. We initially posted a different number than I can't remember the exact numbers. I'm not involved in all the rulemaking because I'm out here doing this all the time, but I know we listen to people. So if you have a suggestion on that or a thought on that, send it in.
I don't know, now would be a good time to jump in. Toby asked me to share what I can from the city, with, of course, the caveat, I don't make any rules. These guys are the decision makers here, but I can kind of share the direction where we're going and what we're kind of recommending or what's gonna be in front of council. It'll be at the 5/20 council meeting, so not this meeting, this next Monday, but in 2 weeks, I'll be taking it up, and I think you will have hopefully some greater degree of clarity. Beyond that, as far as the default 1,000-foot setback, I don't know if there's a proposal right now to reduce that, so I would plan on it being 1,000 foot unless something changes. As far as the proposed zoning codes for the cultivation facilities, for indoor facilities, and this will be heard in front of planning and zoning, not this next week, but the week after that. I think for indoor cultivation, they're looking at M2. For outdoor, it'll be ag. For infused product facilities, it'll also be M2. And then both dispensaries and testing facilities, we're looking at C2 or C3 classifications. Again, those are just the recommendations. I don't know what the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council will do with those, but that's kind of where the measuring stick is right now. And based on our conversations with outside counsel and other municipalities who've already gone through all this, I think that's consistent with what a lot of communities are doing. I don't know if those ring any bells to you.
Yeah, we're not weighing in on the zoning. We're leaving that up to the local entities as the amendment, I think, kind of wanted us to. But it makes sense that, I mean, it's a manufacturing business, it's a cultivation business, and it's a retail outlet, so you would zone along those same lines. There was talk last night at Raytown about special use permits and things like that, and I know some towns, they were reeling off, telling me all the different, they have a special use permit for a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, if you wanna, I can't remember what all it was now, certainly liquor license and things like that, but even things beyond that, so I suppose if you wanna do that, you can. We're not gonna wait on that. You just can't charge an unduly burdensome amount above your normal business license. That's where the amendment protects.
Sure, and we think we've got a good direction on that too.
Yeah.
We're not creating any new classifications. They're all gonna fall under existing classifications. If any of you all are interested in checking that out, they'll all be according to the section 30-92-1 fee schedule, and that'll be for all facilities. Obviously, the different facilities have different classifications, but those classifications all relate back to that fee schedule. So for instance, a dispensary will be classified the same as retail, and a infused product facility will be classified the same as a manufacturer, but regardless of that classification, they all follow the same fee schedule. So we're not creating any new classifications or new taxes or anything like that. But that's all I really had to add on that.
Another thing that came up last night, again, I hadn't thought about some of these, but there was concern about the look of facilities in certain parts of town and how they would fit, and people don't really know yet, but is there gonna be razor wire on top of the facilities and things like that? But certainly dispensaries would be, could be treated no differently than a bank or anything like that. They were talking about bars on the windows and all this stuff, but with the camera systems we have today and the security equipment that's available today as opposed to 50 years ago or more, there should be no reason that you couldn't have a normal look. A lot of the dispensaries that we visited in other states, they literally did go in and use former drive-in bank facilities, or they had no signing, just the name of their company, and it might be, I think one was named Harvest, and it had a little logo and a pinwheel or something. You wouldn't even know what it was. So I think there's concern about signage and advertising that promotes, do you want to get high or whatever. Well, we're not weighing in on that specifically, but I think some of that's going on now with these CBD hemp shops you see around, with the green leaves and all that kind of thing. I don't see why you can't do some normal signing restrictions as long as it's good taste, that type of thing. If that's a concern to your neighborhood or something.
So I wasn't really clear. Is there going to be seed to sale tracking on the homegrown, did you say?
Yeah, because they'll have to purchase those plants from a dispensary.
So they will have to.
They will have to. Their other plants
So
or
then-
seedlings.
So then homegrow won't be available to patients until May or June?
Well, that's questionable, because that goes back to the chicken or the egg thing. And, that's a whole other issue, so. I don't have an answer.
Not really, because you just said it had to come from a dispensary. By law, it has to be grown in the state, dispensed in the state. So if the homegrow is gonna have to go to a dispensary in the state to be legal, you're gonna have to wait until somebody grows it in the state. I think.
Probably. We're still working all that out.
Gotcha.
Is there a minimum security requirement on the grow facilities or any of these at all prescribed by you guys? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's out there in the draft.
I thought I saw something, but can you clarify on that?
I don't actually have the updated versions, because we're changing them daily. Just go to the website.
Okay.
And I know cameras in certain areas, I think chain link or a fence similar to that. I don't think we have the razor wire anymore. I think originally they were talking about razor wire on top of the fence, but I think we scrapped that because of whatever reasonings behind it. So yeah, just check the website. And again, we're still working on it daily, we really are.
So it could be updated daily.
It can be at this
Okay.
point, since we're gonna close that on May 15th, yes.
And hopefully you're gonna start redlining it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And the final rules come out June 1st, right?
June 4th.
June 4th.
A lot of unanswered questions, folks, and again, we've been doing this 4 months, and, Arkansas passed their, industry law in 2016, and they're really still not up and running very, very well. I think they finally got a few facilities in order, but typically it takes, even just to get the software in place for all of your IT stuff, it takes a long time. And, we're under the gun with these constitutional dates, so we're working really hard. But I know we don't have all the answers yet, and, again, we just hope that we can do this, and everybody at the end of the day will go, man, we're proud of what we have here. Whether you like it or agree with it or not, that's not the issue. It's what we do have. The citizens voted for it, and the program that we put together, they've done the best they can with it, and we feel comfortable with it. That's what we hope. Yes, sir.
Can there be any zoning or distance restrictions for home grow? Those that want to carry over?
Not really, no, and that, one part of the home grow that's really kind of gonna be difficult is like apartment buildings. And now you're still gonna get into nuisance issues too. I mean, nothing will exempt people from nuisance, with smell, with smoke, with, and even the DNR can get involved on smell with cultivation facilities. If it becomes a nuisance, I mean, those things will still all be in place.
And I think apartment complexes would probably be free to just ban it.
What's that?
I think apartment complexes would be free to just ban it.
Well, certainly if you have no smoking ordinances, they would be able to. Now, I don't know if they could ban, an edible product, if a patient has, I don't know, if you just check with your attorneys on that, but, if a patient has a card and the doctor says that this product becomes part of their medical situation needs, then I'm not so sure, I don't know.
I'm just thinking about most of that sniffs of the Fair Housing Act.
Yeah.
If you had a cause of action, and
Yeah.
everything I've read says the ADA doesn't apply because it's illegal at the federal level.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine if you don't have ADA protection, that you would have fair housing protection. Which
Yeah.
I thought that, it's a private agreement between you and somebody else, so if your apartment
Sure.
complex wanted to get rid of it, they could.
If it's federally funded apartments, certainly, probably.
Sure, I don't know a state law that would create a cause of action.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Again, a lot of unanswered questions.
And look, there's only two testing facilities in the state, and everybody has to use one or the other. Is there any way that the state could look at their prices, cost of using just two facilities?
I think, I would think all options are on the table, but we really hope there'll be more like it. I will say that. We hope there'll be more.
Thank you for coming.
I think we definitely could look at it if there's a price, if there's gouging going on, or if it causes the product price to be an unreasonable amount for patients, because the amendment's clear about making sure that it's affordable, for all patients and things like that, so. I'm not gonna answer your question direct, but indirectly, I think we can certainly, we are gonna have to license those facilities, we're gonna have criteria for it. I can take that back to the rule makers as we develop that criteria to make sure pricing is at least, somewhat monitored or something. Good, that's a good question.
Do you know what kind of workload the labs will have? Do they have to test every batch from every facility, or what are they testing exactly?
It'll be a random sampling, but, I don't know exactly how much yet. That questions came up, and it's also came up about, well, are the labs gonna travel and pull the samples themselves? So you get a true sampling, or are the facilities gonna be allowed to haul their product to the labs? Makes a big difference. We're still working through all that. We really haven't got into the testing as much because we're trying to get all the other rules in place first, but we do have the fortunate, we have the state lab, state testing lab, and a lot of experts in the state government, even in our Department of Health, to help us with all that, and we're leaning on them to help us develop these criteria for the testing facilities. Well, thank you very, very much for allowing me to come, and that, maybe when I come back next time, I'll have even more answers for you, so, see where we're at that point. I'll be glad to come and visit with any other groups. If you guys have other groups you'd like for me to visit with, I'd be glad to do that.
Thank you.
You bet, thank you.